and hooking up here. I suppose there we are. My speaker's probably on.
There we are. My speaker's probably on.
And upside down. Okay, turn. There we go. Okay, Laura's here. Hi, Laura. And Anita's here. Hi, Anita. And we'll just wait a couple of seconds here, see who else is joining us. Dana's here. Hello, Dana. Here it's cold in Regina, Dana. It's kind of cold here today, too. We had a lot of snow yesterday. Not as much as you've got out in Regina or in Calgary or Newfoundland, for that matter. Hi, Kathy. Yes, this is Walter's famous frozen slushy. What's in it today?
Same as usual, frozen peaches, frozen strawberries, and a little bit of peach schnapps.
And peach schnapps, okay. Dana's drinking, hi Cindy, Dana's drinking hot chocolate and Blarney's. What's Blarney's? I imagine that's something alcoholic, Dana. So yes, we're having a poo-poo platter today, as I call it. Poo-poo platter of hummus and curd, white curd, some celery, some carrots, and I did pull out some potato chips because I had some cheese dip that's been sitting in the fridge for a while. But we're on diets. So, actually, I can eat like 2 chips and that's all I need. Whereas you...
Yeah, well, they've been sitting in the cupboard. I haven't been eating them, so.
You've been a good boy, have you?
Yeah.
Dana says it's similar to Bailey's, only better. Okay. Okay, so I'm sure there'll be a few other people maybe joining us, and hello to the lurkers. And if one of those lurkers happens to be Linda, and she knows who she is, Virginia's here. Hi, Virginia.
It's minus 19 in Regina
Oh, is it?
right now.
Oh, it's not that here. What is it here? -8?
I don't know what it is.
Alexa, what's the temperature?
It's -8.
Right now, it's -8 degrees Celsius.
-8.
Expect a low of
Yeah, well, I guess in Regina, they're laughing at us. Almost said, yeah. Oops. A little Freudian slip there. I don't know if anybody else caught it, but we're not going back. Okay. So, today, let's get on with the chit-chat. What's been happening? Well, my mother has an eye infection, or did have an eye infection. I say did because I don't know. Got a call last Monday, telling me that she had a bruise under her eye. But they were letting me know because, they don't want you to think that they've been abusing seniors there, which I'm glad that they do let me know about these things. My mother bruises very easily. So I called her, and, or no, I didn't call her. We went over the next day, and she's in bed. And I thought, uh-oh, not feeling well, Mom? No, well, it's my eye. I think it's infected or something, or she says it's sore. And I said, well, you mean the bruise underneath it? And she says, no, the eye itself. It felt really itchy and whatnot. And I thought, well, maybe she's got an eye infection. So I said, well, I looked at her eye. It didn't look like pink eye. Her eye was a little red, but she'd been rubbing it. I got the hiccups. So I asked one of the nurses, and they were a little bit nonchalant about it, which kind of bothered me. Like I said, well, has the nurse practitioner had a look at her yet? Well, they had a call into her. She would be coming around to take a look. I thought, okay, well, they're not that concerned. One of the nurses came in and put a hot compress on my mother's eye. And of course, my mother, the nurse said to her, leave it on for about 15 minutes. Well, of course, we're sitting there, and my mother, every 30 seconds, well, it's been on long enough? And I said, no, I was giving her a countdown. You've still got 12 minutes, you still got 6 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes, this kind of stuff. And so anyways, I said to her, well, they're supposed to have the nurse practitioner come in to see you at some point today. I said, I'll give a call over later in the day and, see if they don't call me. I'll call them and find out what's going on. Well, I didn't hear from them until the next day. But they were letting me know they were getting her some polysporin for her eye. And I said, okay, so what? She does have an eye infection. They said, yeah, she had a slight eye infection. They called it something. It wasn't pink eye. Didn't sound like it was too serious, but they were looking after it. So Tried to call her today, just before we went on the air. Of course, as usual, she doesn't answer the phone. Walter says, yeah, she answered the phone real quick last week because she thought it was my brother calling her. My brother lives in BC. And, you know, as you know, those of you that have been regulars, my brother is Golden Boy. So, you know, she'd definitely be taking his call. Whatever. I haven't heard anything else about it, so I'm assuming it's all looked after and whatnot. They do have an outbreak of influenza in the nursing home on the lower floor, not on her floor. And they were just, you know, they had one case of it. They had that person sort of quarantined, and they were just making sure everybody, when they come in, wash their hands, you know, and if you've got any...
Mel's here.
What's that? Oh, Mel's here. Hi, Mel. And Carol's here. Hi, Carol. And, you know, just take precautions. You know, if you're sick, don't come in because, you know, you could kill them. That kind of thing. So we'll go over on Tuesday and see how she is. So anyways, that's the latest on my mother. Hi, Cindy. I don't know if I said hi or did. Dana said, yes, I'm laughing at you. -8, I wish. Yeah.
Well, isn't it supposed to get warmer in Regina later this week or something?
Yeah, Walter has a pen pal in Regina who is keeping him up to date on the frosty winter there, and he said it was going up to 0.
Well, he said that's what they said, but who knows?
And who are they? My mother quotes they all the time. Well, they all say so, you know. Mother, who are they?
Yeah, but your mother is fictitious, they.
Yeah, you know, she's got some fake friends. I don't know. So anyways, so that's my mother. We had a guild meeting. I had a guild meeting. Walter doesn't belong to the guild. On Monday night, Quilters Guild. And we're getting this woman from Toronto who has a YouTube channel that I watch all the time called Just Get It Done Quilts. And her name's Karen Brown. And I was really looking forward to her talk. Well, that was a disappointment. She's much better on YouTube. I guess that's the beauty of editing. Because whatever she was trying to tell us about, it had something to do with color theory and unfinished projects. And I never did really get the connection between the two. She was all over the place when she was talking about stuff. So I was utterly confused, and I don't think I was the only one. So as a public speaker, maybe she was having a off night or something, I don't know, but she didn't impress me much. I like her videos. I'll continue to watch her videos, but I don't know if I'd run out and listen to her again. Maybe it's just
Maybe she had a bad night.
maybe.
Maybe she lost her notes.
Maybe. No, she had a big binder of notes. That was the thing, and everything was nice page protectors. And she's, you know, leafing through. I've heard her talk about this stuff before because she has sort of an online unofficial course in 5 parts on color theory. And many of the things that she said when she was at the guild meeting were right from those YouTube videos. But it was all very disorganized. Of course, I'm kind of picky about organization when it comes to public speaking, given what I used to do for a living, right? So maybe I'm just being a little bit hypercritical, or maybe it was just I was expecting too much. I don't know.
I guess when you see people on YouTube, you kind of expect them to be good public speakers.
Yeah. She is a heavy editor. I
Yeah,
know
she
that.
does edit very bad. I've watched those videos and like they're always jumping.
Oh yeah, she jumps all over. She must spend hours editing them.
Well, she says that.
I can't be bothered, and that's pretty much apparent. But Dana says forecast is for above 0. Do we pay weather people to lie?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. I don't
Well,
know.
give them something to complain about it when they said they get it wrong.
Well, the storm we had yesterday, snowstorm, was again the storm of the century. Every time it's going to snow just a little bit here in Ontario, newscasters get on there and make it sound like, oh my God, you're going to be buried up to your eyeballs. Yeah, if it was Newfoundland is
Mind you,
buried.
it did snow quite a bit.
Oh, it snowed quite a bit, yeah, but I mean, like, it's winter. Hello? But we don't get the snow that they get in other parts of Canada. So we're pretty much the Florida of Canada.
We're probably one of the more southern areas of Canada, and on top of that, we're close to the Great Lakes, and that moderates our temperature.
Yeah. So, anyways, it is what it is. So what else? Oh, okay. So some of you may have seen on my Idiot Quilter section of my channel the video I did comparing the embroidery threads between Floriani embroidery thread and this new thread that we've just discovered and ordered that comes from a site called Monfil, monfil.ca in Quebec. And I did this comparison between the two because the Monfil Super B thread. Now, we have a debate on how you're supposed to say it.
They call it Super B.
But it's spelled super with a capital S, and they got to have a B on the end of super that's also a capital B. So I thought you were probably supposed to call it Super B. Walter says it's superb, which actually, if you think about it, yeah, that does spell the word superb. But what do they say?
They call it Super B.
So, anyways, I felt like an idiot.
But I think they've done that on purpose, probably because they couldn't patent the
word superb.
superb.
Maybe. Anyways, I did a comparison video between it and Floriani. Floriani is the embroidery thread I use all the time, but this stuff is really good. And I think it's episode 59 that I made that comparison. Well, they said on their website that if you did a video or took pictures or something of their products, send it to them. And, you know, they would post it on their site and they'd give you some freebies. So Walter sent the link. I also sent it. I didn't realize that he had. And we got an email back from them saying, yeah, they watched it and thanked us for our unsolicited, review of it and everything. And I'm very favorable towards the Super B. It is a good thread, and it's like half the price of Floriani. I still prefer Floriani, but the Super B is pretty good. Walter just got a big box of 50 spools of it?
No, I bought 50. They come in a package of 50. You can get different colors of the 1,000 meter. And that's the only ones that they have. They only have 50 threads in 1,000 meter. And then all their other, they have a total of 176 threads, I believe.
Right.
And, but all the rest of them, all the colors come in 5,000 meter spools, right? But only 50 of them come in 1,000 meter spools.
You got some.
I got, they also had a package of 15 5,000 meter spools for a special price, so I bought that pack as well. But they're huge.
Yeah, they're huge. They're 5 times the size.
But they're a really good deal because the Floriani that he buys is what, $6.99 a spool?
Yeah, $6.99 a spool
And
for 1,000 meters.
For 1,000 meters, they sell 1,000 meters for $2.99 a spool. But you can get, if you order straight from Monfil, you can get the 50 pack for $84 or $95 or something like that.
Yeah.
And but if you have to get for free shipping, you have to have over $100 worth of product. And for their 5,000 meter spools are $5.99.
Yeah. So I mean, 5 times the thread for $2 less or $1 less than what you pay for 1,000 meters of Floriani. But anyways,
and I did the butterfly yesterday. I did this butterfly, and I'm used mostly.
We should get show
the
them.
Super B threads, right? But I did mix in a few Florianis because I didn't really have all the colors that I wanted, and to do this thing. But actually interchanging the Floriani with the Super B, I didn't really notice much difference between the two threads.
We'll get the butterfly and show them what it looks like. But anyway, so they wrote to me and said, thank you for, that video. Do you mind if we post it on our in our emails on our website? And that they're going to send us something. I don't know what they're going to send us.
Well, they asked me to ask them what I wanted from them.
Oh,
for free.
Did you tell them?
No, I didn't.
Well, what did you tell them?
Nothing. You told me not to say anything.
Oh, well, I didn't think they were actually asking. I wondered
I thought
what
they said.
Oh.
Anyway, never mind. I'll show you the message later.
Well, maybe we won't get anything now.
That's the one. It took me almost all afternoon to do this thing because I had 73,000 stitches in it, and there's 3 Floriani threads, and the rest of them there are 23 different colors in it, and Oh, 3 of the threads were Floriani's. The rest were all the Super
The
Bs.
Super B.
And
The Super B are a little thinner, slightly thinner than the Floriani. But as far as breakage was concerned,
actually, as far as breakage was concerned, I did have one thread break on this, and it was a Floriani that broke.
Oh, okay. So really, if you're starting out in embroidery, because embroidery threads are expensive, I highly recommend you check out Monfil, monfil.ca, and order from them, because I don't see how you can go wrong. They're a lot less expensive, and as far as I could tell, pretty much the same quality. So anyways, now I saw a question here. Where was it? Yeah, Laura asks, how long would a typical 1,000-meter spool last you? Well, it depends on what you're doing. It'll last you quite a bit.
It'll last quite a while because you can barely tell that I've touched any of the spools with that one that I did.
And you're usually, when you're doing embroidery, you're using multiple colors, so you're not using all just one color. So it's really hard to say how long. It depends on the intricacy of the pattern and things like that. But 1,000 meters is actually quite a lot of thread.
I have these 5,000 meter spools, and actually they're a little bit cumbersome. They're kind of big. Like, I'll get one of each.
Well, I think they're more meant for industrial. But
Yeah, they are.
hi, Nana. Yeah, so he's been having a lot of fun with his embroidery machine. He's been doing embroidery for his bags, for the front of the bags, and they're turning out really nice. So I'm using mine for quilting at the moment. I'm just looking here, see if I've got everybody that came in. If I missed anybody, saying hello to them. Did I say hello to you, Virginia? If I didn't,
Yeah.
hello.
This is a 5,000 meter spool, and that's the 1,000 meter spool. So you can sort of see that there's a slight difference in size.
Now the 1,000-meter spools run about $2.99 a piece, Canadian.
Yeah. But they only have 50 of their colors in
that
1,000
size.
meters. Yeah.
Although that's still quite
That's
a
still
bit.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. I mean, when I first got my embroidery machine, Walter bought me a box of 100. It was 120, wasn't it?
Yeah,
120 Floriani threads, 1,000-meter spools, and I think that cost what? $500?
$600.
Was it $600 for that? So yeah, there's a sizable difference here. So anyways,
And we didn't really know any different what other kind of threads to get. That
No.
was the one that our store recommended. And yeah, they're nice threads. The Floriani threads are nice threads. But if you're starting out and you need a bunch of different colors,
it's a good way to go until you get, figure out what you want. The other thing I was going to say about this company, they also have stabilizers. And I've used some of their stabilizers, and their stabilizers are a lot cheaper than Floriani stabilizers, which is what my local sewing store sells. And they're just, you can't tell the difference. They work just as well. And you can get them in a larger quantity too. Because you go through an embroidery, you go through a lot of stabilizer. I especially go through water soluble. And it's the most expensive
the
one.
most expensive. Actually, what ended up happening was you went to the store to buy some water soluble, and you bought a longer roll
Yeah.
than you normally do,
Wider.
a wider roll. And I think it came up something like $60 or something on the till. And then
No, it came up 85. It was marked at 65.
Oh yeah.
And they were, no, it came up at the till, you're right, 85. It was marked 65. And it was only a 10-yard roll. And it was 12 inch, I think.
Yeah.
And that's not a lot, 10 yards, because you usually need to use more than one piece of water-soluble stabilizer in a sitting, in one session. So really, sometimes you need 3. Depends on how intense
I put 4 under that one.
Yeah, how dense, like that one he just showed you is a very dense pattern, so you need more stabilizer. Otherwise, what'll happen is on your fabric, it'll start to pull the fabric in at the sides, and you'll have all this puckering all the way around your design. Plus, sometimes your stitches will start to jam up or shred or whatever. So I learned that the hard way. So I mean, then when I got it up to the till and came up $85, and I said, "What? It says 65 in the other." Well, they were a little mystified about this, and we're still a little mystified about the price because
Last time we checked in there, it wasn't 85.
last time I checked was when we were in there the other day, and it was $59.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know how they come up with their prices. I have a feeling they're getting things screwed up. But anyways, I bought 100 yard. It was 100, wasn't it? Or 50? No, maybe it was 50. 50 yards? No, maybe it was 100. Well, it was either that. It was a lot more for a lot less. It was like about $30 for 3 times as much. I think I worked it out. It worked out to 9 cents a foot from Super B, from Montfleur, and what I bought at my Ultimate Sewing store, it was working out to $9 a foot, 10 times more, because it's got the name Floriani. It isn't because of the store itself. It's not like they're doing a huge markup. It's because it's Floriani, and Floriani is an expensive company. And I thought,
because I looked up Floriani in the U.S., sold in the U.S., and their prices in the U.S. were really expensive too.
and I said, well, maybe because it comes from Italy, but ironically, it is an Italian product, but it's made in the USA.
No, actually, what it is the
I thought-
family is Italian,
Oh.
and they were in the thread business, and they immigrated to the U.S. a long time ago.
Oh,
Yeah, and so they're an Italian family, but they're located in the U.S. and their factories in the U.S.
oh, okay. So you're paying for the name and the sound of it. So, anyways, as far as I'm concerned, if you're going to go into machine embroidery, check out Montfil. I mean, shipping. Their shipping, flat rate shipping, is if it's under $100 is about $17 Canadian. Now, I'm not sure how that would be if you ordered it from the U.S.
Like the Super B thread is actually a Chinese thread, but apparently the stabilizers that they sell
Yeah.
are manufactured in the U.S.
So, I don't know. But just saying, there you go. Shop around if you're getting into this. Anita says, have you been able to sign up for more classes from your quilt shop? Yes, we signed up. Was that last weekend?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it's last weekend. Yep, we got there. We were second and third in line. There's one guy who beats us every time. And the ironic part of the whole thing is he's not interested in making quilts. He was signing up for his other half just to get the other half out of the house, I guess, because he's kind of housebound. He's got some medical issues or whatever. This other guy that was standing in the line, he makes garments. He got into garment sewing a year ago or so. In fact, I was telling he wanted to know where to buy a sewing machine. He's always been interested in making garments, and I told him all about Ultimate Sewing, and that's where he bought his machine and whatnot. But anyways, yeah, we got the classes we want. I'm taking 4. You're taking 5, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
I'm
we're
taking 3 embroidery classes and 2 bag making classes.
But that's what brings me to another thing about this week, too. So, I like taking the classes. I usually pick classes according to technique because it's something I want to learn. For example, one class I'm taking is making this one called a Lone Star. And it is just what it says. It's a single star, but it's a fairly large star. Think of Lone Star of Texas or that kind of thing, because that's where the idea comes from. But it has something called Y seams, which is basically where 3 pieces of fabric all come together, because usually when you're sewing in a quilt, for those of you who don't quilt, you're doing like a single seam to join pieces. But when you hit things that are like diamonds or triangles, sometimes that will create a Y seam. And so there's something you have to do. And when you mention this to people, they go white and they become deer in headlights. It's like, oh my God, not Y seams. I've watched some videos on YouTube. It does look a little tricky, but I thought that about circles, and I was able to master doing circles. So, and that was because I took a class. So when I found out they were doing this Lone Star, I asked if there were Y seams, and the instructor told me, yes, there are. And I said, good. because I want to learn how to do eye seams. And also I've always wanted to make a Lone Star. So I'm taking that class, and I'm taking a couple of others. Well, they always put out a sheet that you're supposed to pick up about 10 days before the class starts, and it's a preparation. It tells you what you need for the class, what you need for fabric, and if there's any special tools you need. And sometimes there's some preliminary work, like cutting your fabric to the right size, so you can get in the very first class, and away you go. You start to sew. They never have the sheets ready 10 days before or 7 days before. And that annoys me, because it means my first class gets wasted because everybody's trying to pick out their fabric all at the same time. And then there's cutting usually involved. And I don't want to waste my sewing time doing preliminary work. And it's simply because they can't get their act together and get the stupid information into the store. So I called over yesterday because we were having a snowstorm. And if they had the sheet in there, though, it wasn't so bad. We could have driven there and got it. Well, no, it's not ready yet. So we'll go in on Tuesday because they're not open on Sundays or Mondays. And we'll go in on Tuesday. And if they don't have the sheet ready, I'm going to take pictures of the quilts because they've got them on display, and I'm going to figure out what I need for fabric from those alone. But that's not the way it's supposed to be. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to nicely, because I like them there, okay? I don't really have major complaints with them, but this is one thing I do have a major complaint with. And again, that goes back to my obsessive compulsive thing about being efficient and organized. And I will say to the owner of the place, look, this is ridiculous. Why is this happening every time? We've been good enough customers there for quite a while now, so for the last couple of years. So I feel that I can be fairly candid with the owner of the store. But anyways,
I don't know if they do I don't see how they can't. If they know what they're teaching, why can't they get instruction sheets out?
Well, that's the thing. And plus, what makes this even worse for me is that this class starts 1 week from this Tuesday, and it's not one class. I'm taking 2 classes. I'm there all day. I have 1 class in the morning, 1 class in the afternoon, and I have no idea what I need yet for fabric and materials. And these classes are expensive. Each one of these classes seems the average price for the classes in the quilting part of it all. They do teach bag making. That's what he's taking some with. Well, all of them, aren't they? Are they all bag making?
No, 2 bag making and 3 embroidery classes.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You're taking the boot camps. They're like $65 a pop. That doesn't include anything. That doesn't include your fabric, your pattern, and they usually try to sell you some kind of special tool. Like I'm taking one on doing flying geese, which are a special pattern. And I already have flying geese rulers out of my yin yang. Of course, they've got one that I don't have and that they want you to buy. Rulers are expensive. They run anywhere from, the average ruler is about $29.95 up. So who knows? And
Sorry, I seem to have a runny nose.
I do too. Why?
I don't know why.
I'm sitting here dripping away too. That's kind of gross. Kleenex. Mind us as we drip. Well, what am I, Kleenex boy?
Yeah.
Jeez. So anyways, it's a bit of a pet peeve that I've got with them, and I just don't understand why they can't have these things ready. It's especially bad when some of these they've taught before. Like really? But anyway, so yeah, we're going to be busy. And
well, my bag classes aren't till like the end of February or something like that. And but then my embroidery classes are all on Saturdays starting at the end of January, or starting next week actually.
yeah, Kathy says, I thought you guys were getting sick last week. No.
Well, we're not actually getting sick. It's just probably because I was out cleaning the driveway.
Well, sick of each other, but you were out cleaning the driveway, yeah. No, actually, we're not sick. I don't know, I've just had, it's been like this actually. I've had this sinus thing. It's not really a sinus thing, it's just my nose has been running since like November. I don't know why. Weird. But whatever. Okay, so what else? Oh yeah, speaking of bitching about things, so we have a soda stream. You know, that's one of those things that carbonates your water, kind of a thing. And what are we on?
Luch is on.
Oh, Luch is here. Oh, hi, Luch. You know, you put your water bottle in it thing, and it puts CO2 into it, and you've got sparkling water. And we use it quite a bit. And because I don't like drinking just flat water usually. So anyways, we've had, this is the second one or a third one?
That's the second one now.
Second one. Well, it broke. It's a cheap piece of plastic that we paid $119 for both times, and both of them broke pretty much the same way. There's a little lever inside made of cheap plastic that when you push the button on the top, it's hooked up in such a way that it presses down on top of the CO2 canister and shoots out the CO2 into your water. It's a pretty simple, basic thing, which costs them probably 50 cents to make, and they're charging $119 for it. Well, wouldn't you know, it broke again. Walter's jerry-rigged it up, but it's really not the way to go. So he wrote to SodaStream, and SodaStream never
I think I
acknowledged.
was too nice.
Yeah, you were too nice. Well, I'm not so nice. So I decided, well, you know, the heck with it. It was out of warranty. They have a 2-year warranty on it. It was just out of warranty by what, a month, 2 months, something like that, with it all, which figures. So I wrote to them. I found their website. I wrote, and I was very blunt about it. I said what I just told you. I said, we had this problem with it. It's the second one we've had the problem with. We've had 2 of them in 3 years, kind of a thing. I said, my spouse wrote to you. You never acknowledged his email about the problem. So all I can say is that you really don't care about customer service. It's a cheap piece of plastic that we spent $119 on. We're very disappointed in this. And then I threw in, which always helps, and I said, and I have a YouTube channel, and I will be reviewing this product. And I threw in a little extra there about, you know, I might even post it on Facebook. Well, I'm not on Facebook anymore, so no, but that's true. But, you know, just a little leverage. I figured we'd be ignored. Oh no, we were not ignored. Within half an hour of writing that email, I got an email back from them saying, we're so sorry that you're having this problem with your machine. Here is your number, your, you know, help certificate or whatever they call it, number. And please give us a call at a 1-800 number kind of a thing. And one of our service representatives will be happy to troubleshoot with you. So I thought, well, okay. So I called up. I was not on hold. I immediately got a person, and it was the person who sent me the email. So she says, do you have the machine handy? Well, in their email, they asked you to have it handy. So I did. So I said, yep, sitting right here beside me. She says, okay, is your CO2 canister on it? I said, yep. She says, just unscrew that and give me the information that's on the little sticker on the back of it. So I did. There's a series of numbers. And she said, okay, well, we're sorry that you're having that problem with it. And she said, I did do a search for your spouse's email, but we never found it. It didn't come up. Whether that was true or not, I don't know. But anyway, she said, okay, so she verified my address, and she says, okay, we'll have one sent out to you. You should get it in about 5 days. 5 business days. Okay, thank you very much. So, squeaky wheel gets the oil, I guess. But anyways, you just got to be firm and somewhat threatening. So that's a good thing. Which is what I'm going to talk about in more detail tomorrow in terms of built-in obsolescence and things on my what's pissing me off this week in customer service. So that takes us to our weight loss efforts as we sit here and plug our face with a poo-poo platter. I'm doing Walter's diet, as you know, the IF diet, intermittent fasting, or some people call it sort of the keto. We're not really seriously into keto. But I have lost some weight. Not enough yet. What are you doing? Well, you're skinny little mini, aren't you? No. So it is working, but I'm trying to be very careful. Walter says you can cheat on weekends.
Well, I do.
Oh, do you? Oh.
But not a lot.
Well, no, you just drink a whole bottle of wine every night.
No, I didn't. I didn't last night.
I have 2 little sips. But anyways, it is working. And next week we go to the doctor for, I don't know what you call it, 3-month check-in. She books us every 3 months. I've never had a doctor. Well, I only ever had one doctor.
Because you're over 60.
You don't. Well, geez, what is it? If you're over 60, you're going to die. We got to check you every week to make sure you're still breathing. What's that all about? But I'm not my mother. Cripes. But anyway, so I'm hoping when she puts me on the scales when we go in another week's time, she will notice there's been a little bit of improvement. I was a pound less the last time I went in. I don't know how that happened. I asked her to subtract 25 pounds off that weight because I've got my clothes on. She didn't seem to think that that was reasonable. I thought it was good. I wear 25 pounds of clothes. It means it's got to be loose, that isn't it? It's winter. They're heavier. So that takes us to. So I got some new subscribers. I'm not complaining, but I usually, if I'm lucky, if I get a new subscriber, two new subscribers a month. Suddenly, in 1 week, I was getting like 4, 5, 6 new subscribers. Now, 2 factors were in that. One, I got new subscribers because of that video I did comparing the embroidery threads and because of that company posting it on their newsletter. And the other one was because I'm sure many of you know Barb Owen, who usually has a once a month live thing, and she runs courses and things like that. And I follow her. But usually I'm not on when on her live because it doesn't work in my timing when she does it. But about a week ago or so, she came on live, and it happened to be, I saw it in passing because notification came up in my email that she was going live, and I had a few minutes, so I thought I'd go on live and say hello to her because I've talked to her before. And she was talking about my quilts, or mentioned them and everything, and about all this kind of stuff. After she did that, suddenly I got new subscribers as well. So, that felt good. Geez, I'm almost up to 2,930. Now, after how many years? Yeah, I'm still not doing something right. I don't know what it is, but oh well, it's okay. My life doesn't revolve around YouTube. So, you'd think. So anyways, I thought that was kind of cool. But I'm not complaining about it. So if you have friends, family, animals, tell them about our YouTube channel. Get them to subscribe. Okay. So what are we watching? I don't know if any of you have seen it or not. It's on HBO or Showcase, and I think it's HBO. It's called Watchmen. It is the weirdest show I've ever seen, and very fascinating. It's based on some characters from DC Marvel Comics, which I never read. But it's really weird. I can't even tell you what it's about. It's sort of science fiction-y.
Anita said she heard Barb talking about you.
Oh, did you? Anita? You just happened to be watching that day and heard, yeah. I love Barb. But the problem with her, when she goes on live, I mean, to be honest, her lives are well over 2 hours long, usually 2.5 hours long. And they're good, they're interesting, and the whole bit, but I can't sit still that long. That's just me. And just stare at a video screen. I have to be doing something. Actually, what I should do, just thought of this. When I'm working on my sewing machine, I could put her on.
Yeah.
Then. That's not a bad idea. Okay. Why did I think of that before? Oh, Kathy was there too, yeah. Anyways, I do love her. I think she's great. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, this Watchmen thing. So if you like something a little science fiction-y, but a little weird, well, and you want full frontal nudity, both sexes, watch The Watchmen. It is just strange, really strange. But I find he hasn't been watching it, but we watched.
Sounds pretty weird.
It is, but you'd like it. You should watch
Probably.
it. You got to get. It takes about 2 episodes to get into it, like so many of them do. But it's pretty good. Virginia says she's piecing a quilt while she's listening. And The Gift. That is actually a Turkish one. It's dubbed. I don't like reading things with subtitles, but I don't mind them dubbed. Actually, it's pretty good. It's kind of freaky too, but I don't know if there's going to be a second season of it or not. It looked like it had the potential to become a second season the way it ended, but it also kind of finished off the way it ended. So I don't know if they're going to do a second season or not, but it's actually quite good. Again, it's another one that takes a little bit to get into. But the one we're really liking right now is AJ and the Queen. I think most people have heard of RuPaul, not Project Runway, but
Yeah, Project Runway.
no. Did he do Project Runway?
Yeah, he was the host.
Oh, that's right. But he's also had his own RuPaul's Drag
well.
competition. Anyways, he's a drag queen. If you've never heard of RuPaul, and he's probably one of the most famous drag queens of all because he definitely knows how to wear makeup. There's no two ways about it. But this is a series that he has written, and it's actually very entertaining. It's funny. There's a certain amount of drama in it. It's worth the watch, and that's on Netflix as well. Well, Luch saw it. He said, "Or do you mean Drag Race, Luch? You saw Drag Race?" Well, if you like Kathy, if you like RuPaul, then you're going to love this series called AJ and the Queen because it's really good. And we did see The Irishman on Netflix. It's a long movie. It's what's his name?
Scorsese.
How do you say his name? It's up for several awards in the Academy Awards, I guess, too. Actually, it is good. It centers around sort of
Luch said he
mobsters.
saw a whole season of AJ and the Queen.
Oh, he saw the whole thing? Don't tell us how it ends. We've got 2 episodes left. It's really worth the watch, though. It's worth the time to see it. I didn't find it dragged. Did you find it dragged?
No, it took me a little while to get into it.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's got big names in it. Like, it's got De Niro. Is it De Niro?
Mm-hmm.
And, what's the little short guy that you usually see in comedies? But, Joe Pesci.
Mm-hmm.
They're all good in it. So it's worth the time. At least I think so. Luch says, I hope RuPaul comes up with many more seasons of AGA and the Queen. Yeah, but I'm wondering how far he can go with that. Too. Depends on how it ends. Don't tell us. We haven't seen that yet. But it is good. Okay, so that takes care of business. So today, as promised, I thought it might be kind of fun to look at Walter's and I just dropped my pen. Excuse me, I'm going downstairs. Okay, I'm back. To look at what our personalities are supposed to be and what our relationship's supposed to be like according to our star signs. Because this time of the year is when people are all interested in seeing what their future's going to be. And I don't put a lot of faith in the zodiac, okay? I'm not one of those kind of people that reads the horoscopes every day and have my star charts cast or anything like that. But I do find the personality things sometimes interesting to read about how accurate they are. So I thought we'd look at this today and see. And from what you guys know of our personality, you can chime in. Hi, Chris. And see whether or not you think the charts are right about us. So I am a Cancerian, and Cancerians are born between June 21st and July 22nd. I'm in the last part of that because I'm July the 14th, so I suppose I kind of lean towards Leo. Heaven help me. My parents were both Leos, and Leos are very different from Cancerians because Cancerians tend to be very emotional, and Leos tend to be pushy, bossy, and creepy. So there's my parents. And Walter, okay, let's have a guess. What do you think Walter might be? Okay? Bet you can't get it. Anybody got some guesses as to what he is? Chris says her mom, okay, she's a Cancerian too, and her mother was a Leo. Well, then you know what I'm talking about. So any guesses on what? Yeah. Okay, Kathy says you're a Libra.
No.
Nope, it's not a Libra. I would never have thought that what little I know about the zodiac from the descriptions, I would never have pegged Walter to be what he actually is. Taurus?
No.
Yeah, I would think that. Yeah, the bull, kind of pushy, stubborn.
No.
Sagittarius, I don't know anything about Sagittarius, but he is not a Sagittarius. He is, okay, get this. What do you think of when you think of one of the more artsy and creative signs? Aquarius, right? He is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. He's an Aquarius, or as I like to say, he's a Aquarius. Little joke there. Ha ha ha. Funny, funny, funny. Okay. So, yeah, he's an Aquarius. So, let's just look at what it says about Aquarian men. Okay, he's going to like this part because it's
I already read it today.
Okay, but we're explaining this now.
No, I
Okay.
didn't maybe read the one that you got. But
Probably not. So, first of all, it says one of the things is his ruling planets are Saturn and Uranus. Oh, there is such a joke in there. I'm not going down that road. But, okay, so in general, it says about Aquarian traits are their strengths: progressive, original, independent, humanitarian. Okay, let's break this down from my point of view. Progressive, yes. If progressive means keeping up with technology, looking, going for the new things. I mean, he's all about his new TV. He's all about tech things, always has been. Yeah, I would agree that applies to you. Original? Yeah, I'd say he's original. Original Uranus? No. Here's looking up Uranus. No. Yeah, I'd say that. Independent? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. If independent means striking out, doing your own thing, not listening to anybody, borderlining on stubborn, yeah, he's independent. But the humanitarian part. Now, when I first read that, I went instantly, no, Walter's no humanitarian. He's not even social. But actually, when I got thinking about it, you are kind of a humanitarian. Because he will do things for other people or say we should do this or something, which always floors me when he brings things like that up because I just don't expect him to be that way. Not that I'm saying that he's not kind, just humanitarian. So, I mean, I think of a humanitarian as someone like out there saving the whales or saving the starving children in Africa, being a Mother Teresa. Shave the mustache, get you in a habit, it might work. So what do you think about those things about you?
yeah, pretty much.
No, okay, fine. Weaknesses. These are better. Runs from emotional expression. Oh, yeah, he does. Why? Because you're looking at an emotional expression sitting right here on the chair. I mean, Walter is not one to talk about his feelings at all. He can be emotional. But usually no. And most people find him very stoic with it. So, yeah. Temperamental. I
think
don't
so.
know. Well, it depends on how you define temperamental.
Well, I am patient.
But that's not temperamental.
Okay.
Patient and temperamental. Temperamental means like 1 minute you run hot, next minute you can run cold. It means like you're, I don't know what it really means.
Okay.
I don't know. Uncompromising. Oh, yeah. Definitely uncompromising. That's the Dutch in them, for God's sakes. Yeah. Would you say you're compromising?
No.
No, you're not. See, right there. You won't even compromise on something like that. And aloof. Yes. And that's why people always say, Walter's always so quiet. And I go, live with him. No. Yeah, aloof. Aquarius likes fun with friends.
I guess.
Do you have friends?
I don't know.
Yeah, more than I do. You go out for lunch all the time. Helping others.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, I guess you are, yeah. Fighting for causes. You're not a picket sign sort of person. But if it's something that really gets your goat, you won't let it die.
Well, sort of. I remember that guy that made the big deal on his little newspaper and about gay life in Oshawa.
Yeah, we did go out and protest that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were in with that one too. So it's got to be something that really gets your goat
Yeah.
for that. Intellectual conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. A good listener. Only when his hearing aids are turned up. A good listener. Maybe for everybody else except me.
No, you're always yapping about something, and I listen.
Once again, uncompromising. Dislikes. Limitations. Well, if that means rules. No, you pretty much follow the rules, except when you're driving. I don't know what that means. Broken promises. You dislike. This means you dislike.
Yeah, I don't like people making promises and they don't keep it.
No, I know. That's true. That's very true. That's true of both of us. Dislikes being lonely. Well,
Yeah.
but I think there's a difference between being lonely and wanting to be alone.
Yeah.
You do like your solitude.
Mm-hmm.
You dislike dull or boring situations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like when we were doing that stuff at the art gallery where we had to go
yeah.
around, make sure people weren't touching the stuff. That was boring as heck. Yeah, you didn't like that. Oh, this one's good. He dislikes people who disagree with him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm right.
Yeah, and that takes us back to uncompromising and So, it says here that Aquarius born are shy and quiet.
Yeah.
He's shy and quiet when he doesn't know somebody very well. But once he gets to know them better and he feels comfortable around them, he's no longer shy and quiet. No. But on the other hand, they can be eccentric and energetic. Eccentric.
Yeah.
What, you eccentric?
I think so.
How so? I mean, to me, eccentric means weird.
Yeah.
I don't think you're weird. Well,
I think so.
there's certain things you do that, well, that's a conversation for another day. However, in both cases, they are deep thinkers and highly intellectual people who love helping others. Let's break that down. Deep thinker. Yes, he is.
I think too much about stuff.
He does. He thinks way too much about things. That's very true about you. Highly intellectual. Well, you're not stupid. Well, he thinks he's smart. I don't know. I suppose he is kind of... Yeah, I guess you are intellectual. Who loves helping others. I question... the love helping others. I don't think you put yourself out there to help other people unless they're people related to you or they're friends. I don't see you going out there and helping strangers.
No, probably not.
I don't know. Well, I've never seen you do that. Not out of the blue. I don't know. They're able to see without prejudice on both sides, which makes them people who can easily solve problems. Solve problems, yes, but I don't know if you can see both sides. Well, you might be able to see both sides, but there's only one side that matters, and it's the one that you think is right. So, although they can easily adapt to the energy that surrounds them, Aquarians have a deep need to be some time alone and away from everything in order to restore power. I would agree with that. I learned that years ago. That sometimes if he says, he said, well, I'm going to go here. And I go, do you want me to come with you? No. It means he wants to be alone. Okay. If I was a jealous person, I'd suspect there was another man. I am a jealous person, so I didn't know. No. So, yeah, I can see that. People born, okay, and what else it said here? I highlight it. Uranus, Uranus, I have to giggle, also give them the power of quick and easy transformation. So they are known as thinkers, progressives, and humanists. Yeah, you're a thinker. I agree with progressive. I'm not sure what they mean by a humanist. If humanist means you really take into consideration other people, it depends on the situation, I would think. I don't know. You think you're a humanist?
Maybe. I don't know.
You're more of a dog lover than a human lover. I don't know. They feel good in a group or a community.
Yeah.
But to me, that suggests that you're a real socialite, and
Not
You're
really, but I
not-
like being in a group.
oh, okay. And so they constantly strive to be surrounded by other people. No. Because if I say, oh, let's have a bunch over for a party, and go, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it means a lot of work too.
So I don't know. Yeah, see, there you go. The biggest problem for Aquarius is the feeling that they are limited or constrained. I thought you liked being constrained. I thought
No.
you liked being tied up.
No.
No, you don't like being... Okay, so feeling okay. Because of the desire for freedom and equality for all, they will always strive to ensure freedom of speech and movement. I'm not sure what freedom of movement means. Aquarius born have a reputation for being cold and insensitive persons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, look. If you've got a problem and you're looking for a shoulder to cry on, his are
Well,
not the
not
one.
his either. So you should be Aquarius too.
Well, I'm not.
You always, oh, well, this hurts. Oh, well, shake it off.
I learned that from you.
No, you didn't.
I did so. Well, if you're not dead in the morning, then we'll know. I mean,
My back hurts.
well, that's me. That isn't you. Yeah, what do I get from that?
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
That's because you're old.
So being cold and insensitive, yep. Your feet are like icebergs.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just their defense mechanism against premature intimacy. Oh. They need to learn to trust others and express their emotions in a healthy way. Yeah, the part about learning to trust others, that I agree with. You take a long time. He doesn't trust anybody. I tend to be a lot more trustful than he is, and that's what we call in my family being a sucker, because we usually get taken for a ride. But I'll say, oh, well, that's nice. We should like that. And he'll, no, we shouldn't, because you don't know what that person would do to you, and you don't know what that person's selling, and you don't know how they're going to take you for a ride. And 9 times out of 10, he's actually kind of right about that, on cautious. So, yeah. So, that's all about you. Let's see how it compares to me. Where's me? Me. Oh, Cancer. Okay, so our ruling planet is the moon, because we are the second strongest of the zodiac signs. Leo's ruled by sun, so Leo is stronger. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Just see what people are saying. Laura says, Walter, you're being a good sport about this. No, he's being cool and aloof. And Chris says, explains why he likes glasswork. Because it's cold, something you do by yourself, and is aloof. Yeah. Walter, astrologically, we're heading into the age of Aquarius. Oh, God, no, say it isn't true. Because according to what I read, we should not even be on the same planet with each other.
Probably not, because it's same with the Chinese thing.
We're both roosters.
Yeah.
Both a couple of... Never mind. So, Cancer's strength. Tenacious, highly imaginative, loyal, emotional, sympathetic, and persuasive.
Sympathetic.
Well, let's back up. Tenacious. What's tenacious mean?
I'm not sure what.
I think tenacious means detail. Like,
Oh yeah, I guess
so,
detailed.
highly imaginative. Yeah, I'd say so. Loyal? Yes. I'm very loyal to a fault. Emotional? Oh, yeah. Someone told me once, actually more than one person, that I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that's very true. Sympathetic?
No.
Yes, I am. I just don't like to show it because that's a sucker thing. If I'm sympathetic, I get too emotional. I mean, I'll cry over cat videos. So,
Yeah, the tenacious is you don't give up.
oh, okay. Well, that's probably me. Yep. And persuasive. That really depends. If I can control my emotions while I'm trying to be persuasive, I can probably be persuasive. But oftentimes my emotions get
Well,
in the
you
way.
just got free soda stream.
Well, that's true. Is that being persuasive or just threatening? I don't know. Do you think it was too much to swear I was going to go down and blast them all away with my gun? I don't know. Anita says this year is Capricorn and breaking down of governance in ways that they have been done. Corruption is being shown all over the world. Oh, Luch says you guys should read the book Gay Love Signs. Yeah, we're getting to that. My weaknesses. Moody.
Yeah.
I am not. Don't you even go that route. No. Pessimistic.
Yeah. No.
It
I'm
depends.
pessimistic.
Yeah, you're more pessimistic than I am. I can be pessimistic. I try not to be, but
You were always not expecting things to break down, and then you get PO'd when something goes wrong.
Well, that's the emotional part. Suspicious. No, I am not a suspicious person.
I should be Cancer.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is more you. I'm not. I should be more suspicious because...
Manipulative. That's your mother.
Yeah, that's my mother. I would like to be manipulative, but I'm not good at it. Insecure.
Okay, bye, Mel. Sorry.
Oh, Mel's got to leave? Okay. Oh, yeah, forget about the time over there. Bye, Mel. It says insecure. Yes, that's very true. I am insecure. Yeah, I agree with that. Cancer likes art. Yeah.
A good meal with friends.
Home-based hobbies. Yep. Relaxing near or in water. That's a mixed one because I do like water. Well, I'm a water sign, Cancerian. But I have a love-hate relationship with water. Helping loved ones. Do I like that?
No.
No, but I do it anyways. A good meal with friends. Yes, I do. I like dinner parties. I like nothing better than sitting at a dining room table with people I know and talking. You know, just eating and talking and that kind of thing. I just need to find some friends. Cancer dislikes strangers. Well, yeah, I'm uncomfortable around people I don't know well to a certain extent. I have learned over the years how to overcome that because I was always an introvert when I was a kid. I became more of an extrovert when I went to university, and then as a teacher, you had to be. So, any criticism of mom? Oh God, no! I'm the first. This is a dislike. Well, okay, I don't like it if you take. Like, I'm not a mother's boy at all. You know, I have a love-hate relationship with my mother. I love to hate her at times. So I don't know about that. Dislikes revealing of personal life. Oh God, no, I'll tell you anything. I mean, I'm an open book.
Maybe you said you're close to being a Leo. Maybe you should read Leo.
Well, yeah. Well, I know what Leo is. Bitchy. Deeply intuitive and sentimental. Yes, I am very sentimental. And yes, I am intuitive. If that means I can usually figure out what somebody else is going to do or thinking, and that helped me a lot when I was a teacher because I could usually figure out the kids pretty fast on that. And sometimes I just know when something's going to happen. So yeah, I'm intuitive. Ooh, it says Cancer can be one of the most challenging zodiac signs to get to know. They are very emotional and sensitive and care deeply about matters of the family and their home. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Cancer is sympathetic and attached to people they keep close. So sympathetic to the people, yeah, to family and things like that. Yeah, strangers, not so much. Those born with their sun in Cancer are very loyal and able to empathize with other people's pain and suffering. Yeah, I'm very loyal. Even when somebody does me wrong, I will still, depending on who that individual is, I can be very loyal to them. And yeah, I think I am very empathetic to a point. But then if they start to piss me off, then no. Guided by emotion and their heart. Yeah, that's me. Being of the moon phases their internal mysteries and create fleeting. Okay. Now, lack of patience or even love will manifest through mood swings later in life and even selfishness, self-pity, or manipulation. Well, that's a nice thought. Actually, I'm not sure if I am a patient person.
No, you're not.
It depends on what I'm doing. When I was a teacher, I was very patient because I realized I was dealing with stupid people. I had to be patient. But I don't think I'm selfish.
I don't think so.
No, I'm not. Don't think I'm selfish. Self-pity or manipulative. Yeah, I can have a little pity party every now and then. You know, I don't think I'm well, it depends on the situation. Sometimes if it's something that I feel strongly that should go in a certain direction and I need to get somebody else to do it that way, I can be a little bit manipulative. For example, I don't have my wine glass here, so you can't do it. You've heard about me chiming the wine glass. Well, that's just for fun. They're quick to help others just as they are quick to avoid conflict. Yeah, I've had to learn over the years not to be so quick to help others because sometimes you get sucked in when you do that too. And I learned that from you. I learned that. I was always a yes man. You know, someone said, "Oh, Steve, can you do this for me?" And part of that comes out of my insecurity because I know why I was doing it. I was doing it so I'd look good to them. I want it to be favorable in their eyes. I'm more cautious about that kind of thing now. Just as quick to avoid conflict. That depends on my emotional mood at the time, whether I'm in contact. My mouth gets me into a lot of trouble sometimes. Surprise. And rarely benefit from close combat of any kind, always choosing to hit someone stronger, bigger, or more powerful than they imagine. Well, if they're talking about physical violence, no. Definitely not. However, if they mean it on a more mental or emotional sense, yeah, sometimes I get myself into conflicts that there's no way I'm going to win them. When at peace with their life choices, Cancer representatives will be happy and content to be surrounded by a loving family and harmony in their home. Yeah, I'm a homebody in that sense. To me, there's nothing more important than a harmonious home. You know, I think that's all part of the emotion, right? So let's go back to Aquarius, love and sex. Ooh, dirty stuff now. What's that? Bye, Cindy. Anita says, I've learned the hard way, too, that no good deed goes unpunished. Yeah, and it makes you a little bit cautious. I have found that, too. Usually I leap in with both feet, and then someone hacks me off at the knees. And then the next time a situation like that happens, I'm more apprehensive about it, too. Usually he never gets into a situation like that because he's aloof and cold. You don't do it. So what about love? Love.
Isn't there one where you show how compatible?
Yeah, I'm saving that. Okay. So it says here that Aquarius honesty is essential in a relationship for anyone who wants a long-term relationship with this dynamic person. You're dynamic. Whoa. Do I know how to pick them? In love, they are loyal, committed, and not at all possessive. They give independence to their partners and consider them as equals.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll take your word for that. Yeah, you're not possessive. Sometimes I think you should be more possessive. But you are loyal, I'll give you that. I'm not so sure about this. They give independence to their partners and consider them as equals. Well, you better consider me an equal. If not, better. Aquarius and friends and family. This is wrong. Although Aquarius born are communicative, you're not communicative. They need time to get close to people. That's very true. You're very cautious. Considering that they are highly sensitive people, closeness to them means vulnerability. Considering they are highly sensitive people. Closeness to them means vulnerability. Not sure what they mean by that. Their immediate behavior combined with their strong views makes them a challenge to meet. Aquarius will do anything for a loved one to the point of self-sacrifice if necessary. Yeah, I think that's you. Their friends should possess these three qualities: be creative, intelligent, and have integrity. When it comes to family, their expectations are nothing less. Although they have a sense of duty to relatives, they will not maintain close ties if the same expectations as in friendship are not fulfilled. I don't know about that one. That's kind of, I don't know. That you'd have to qualify. So, your career and money. Enthusiasm to the job. Yeah, until near the end, but you were pretty much always very enthusiastic about your job. Have a remarkable ability of exploitation of their imagination for business purposes. Yeah, you're a problem solver. That takes imagination and creativity.
The nature of my job was that way, so.
Yeah, I think that's true about you. Their high intellect combined with their willingness to share their talents inspires many who work in their environment. I never had to work with you. I don't know. Aquarius is a visionary type who likes to engage in activities that aim to make humanity better. Well, your job didn't really make humanity better, so I don't know about that. When it comes to money, this zodiac sign has a talent to maintain a balance between spending and saving money. Yeah, that's you. Now, how to attract the Aquarius man? Aquarius men are unpredictable, intelligent, social, independent, and excellent communicators. Some of the negative Aquarius characteristics include unreliability, stubbornness, indecision, and inflexibility. I don't think unreliable applies to you, but stubbornness, yes. Indecision, yes. And inflexibility. Yeah, true. If you want to seduce the man born under the Aquarius astrology sign, you will have to be cool about it. If you ever come on too strong emotionally for this man, he will never think about taking you to bed. Well, yeah, if someone comes on to you and is all over you, all emotional, all weepy hearts and flowers and stuff, yeah, you would turn them right off. You'd be out of there in a second. I could see that. An Aquarius man can often live inside his own mind, so he needs a companion to talk about the progressive thoughts he creates. Yeah, I think so. So if you want to seduce him, you should be friends first. Most of the romances tend to start out as friendships, which gradually evolve into something more serious. I would say from personal experience that that's true about you. This means that the Aquarius man will never enter into a romantic relationship with someone who isn't already a friend. Be patient and keep things on a platonic basis until you're ready to make your first move. Never mind. Respect his need for freedom, his individuality, and his desire to make a difference in the world. Well, don't you sound like a catch? Let's see. What about me? Cancer.
Slut.
I was going to say that about you. I am not a slut. Hi, Jane. Or Jan. What's Anita say? That usually is because of other manipulative people. Oh, okay. No good deed goes on. Yeah, that's true. So, Cancer man. When this man falls in love, all of his insecurities will instantly surface. Cancer men have a tendency to stick to certain rules of behavior in courtship because it makes them feel a bit safer and more secure. What this man often fails to realize is the fact that what he has to show counts for a lot in a world of relationships, even though society seems to favor something else in a man. He is compassionate and sweet, should show his emotional side. The right partner will understand this immediately. Do you understand this immediately?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. Yeah. Cancer man sexuality. With Mars fallen in his sign, he could have a real problem with initiative and his sex drive. Say nothing. There is no real sexual satisfaction for this man without emotion to follow. Oh, so what's that mean? I like to cuddle?
I guess.
I don't. Although he will rarely admit to this. The fact that he is incapable of being a sexual brute. No, I will not get out a whip and beat you. Even if he is all muscles, yes, and only speaks of porn. Well, I don't know why that's there. He needs to feel love, have eye contact, and a partner who challenges his emotional side. I have no idea what any of that replies to. Cancer man in relationships. Emotions might make him sick, so it's important for a Cancer to find a partner who will support his expression. He is tender and caring. Aww.
Yeah, right.
Will probably never forget his partner's birthday. Sometime this month, isn't it? And could bore some of the zodiac signs crazy. What? And could bore some of the zodiac signs crazy. Oh, so some of the signs means a Cancerian can bore them. Okay. Can you trust your Cancer man? The simple answer is yes. You can trust your Cancer man. He does confuse privacy with dishonesty from time to time and has the excessive need to protect himself from the outer world by keeping secrets. But when he decides to let someone in his world, he will share almost everything with that person. Keeping secrets. I'm not good at keeping secrets. I'm the worst.
That's for sure.
I'm the worst. What do you mean by that?
You can't keep any secret.
No, I can't. If you've got a secret, don't tell it to me because I will just have to tell somebody.
You're always saying, "Oh, I'm not going to say this to my parents," blah 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 blah, and all this other stuff. The next thing you know, you're saying it to your parents. So.
Well, it does say, but when he decides to let someone into his world, he will share almost everything with that person. Family's in my world. If he does tell a lie, it will usually be about a small thing that could benefit them both. A typical Cancer lie usually involves a secret savings account. No, that would be you. I don't have any secret accounts. Other than that, he is not prone to adultery. Well, that's good to know. The chase of young new partners. Or in desperate need for a constant change of scenery. You should be Cancer.
No, you're the Cancer.
Understanding Cancer men. I don't think I highlighted anything in that. No, I didn't. Cancer man likes and dislikes. He is tender, sweet, and doesn't talk too much.
I don't think so.
Bite me. Although his sensitivity can stay hidden for most of the time, he will show it when it matters, and this guarantees relationships that last if he doesn't underestimate himself and choose wrong partners. He is genuinely interested in his partner's life, rarely says things just to get someone to bed. Yeah, really. And is usually a safe choice to start a peaceful family with. Aww, what, children? No. On the other hand, he can be needy and insecure, and some more energized signs could see him as weak and boring. Oh, my last name is Bland. So there you go. Oh, how to choose a gift for a Cancer man. Where's that in here? I thought there was one in there. He will like things with traditional or emotional value. Don't choose anything too expensive or impractical, for he has the tendency to pile things in the basement, closet, under a bed, and in his partner's purse.
Oh, a purse.
I think this is kind of sexist. I think they're referring to like a woman there. But yeah, pile things in the basement, closet. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm a bit of a hoarder. A Cancer wants to receive a present that shows love, and the best choice is something that has a personal touch to it. If not, you can always go with regular presents such as clothes, ties, wallets, or a perfume with a fine scent. Anything that concerns his tradition and family is probably a good choice for as long as it's tasteful and symbolic. He's a patriot and usually loves his country, especially the locations he is bound to by beautiful memories. If you're looking for something to really surprise your Cancer partner, pay attention. Buy him a plane ticket to a place he always wanted to visit. You've done that.
Yeah.
He will hardly ever expect that, but must dream of some distant destinations. That one's kind of right on there. So I thought I had that for Aquarius man. To buy you. Yeah, then read this part.
Aquarius man.
Yeah. Aquarius man. What to buy you? Any modern, shiny, technological gadget will do. Yep, that's you. He will act like a little child if he gets a new laptop or a telephone with an instruction manual longer than your average encyclopedia. Yeah, that's bang on. He wants to read anything from labels on a detergent bottle to science fiction novels. Well, not so much the novels. Well, you did at one time. Yeah, you read the backs of everything. This is a man who doesn't care much about his birthday or holidays, but will love to be surprised by something he really needs or a work of modern art that caught his eye at any possible moment. Oh, should buy you a naked statue. So there you go. Okay, so Anita says, I think you guys are a good match. Well, according to our signs...
You missed the page that said.
What sign?
Said match.
No, there's another one here that's more detailed. I thought. Oh, no, I guess not. No, you're right. Oh, yeah, here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Cancer and Aquarius. Okay, we'll skip over that part. Although Cancer is considered the most sensitive sign of the zodiac, governed by the moon, they can be quite rough and distant when they feel the need to set strong boundaries. Aquarius, on the other hand, is known as an innovator, someone to make the change, but in fact they are a fixed sign, pretty set in their ways, and as a paradox, unchangeable. Yes. It's a good thing, that we're gay, because if you were to marry a woman, what's the first thing a woman always tries to do to a man? Sorry, this is going to sound sexist, but change you. That's right. And boy, that wouldn't go over well.
Mm.
When they engage in sexual activity, Cancer can be so stressed that they will have to set those boundaries, and Aquarius will not be able to make the needed change to be gentler to their Cancer partner. So no, I don't want to be whipped tonight. There is too much energy in Aquarius, that needs to be grounded through their physical activity. Cancer doesn't really understand this, is convinced that with someone you love, only emotions should be shared. I'm skipping over the words that have to do with sex, okay? If Aquarius finds a way to slow down and not force anything on their partner, and if Cancer allows their rational mind to take over for some of the time they spend together, they might share an exciting experience. Cancer will bring emotions and tenderness to their life, and Aquarius won't ever let boring routine take over. If they compromise on experimenting and emotional exchange, they can even start having fun. Okay, let's get out the little Bo Peep outfit and I'll be the sheep. Ba ba ba. Oh, too much information. Communication and intellect. Cancer and Aquarius are able to join forces in intellectual activity. The mind of a Cancer is sensitive enough to pay attention to details and interpersonal relationships when Aquarius fails to do so. They could make grand ideas come true, especially those that need a lot of people involved on their way to become real. However, they might have trouble talking to one another in the same tone or understanding each other in the first place. Cancer is ruled by the moon, the fastest heavenly body in the sky, but they are not fast to recognize what hides behind Aquarius's words. There is difficulty for Aquarius to express their inner state, and this is something Cancer has trouble understanding. Yeah, that's true. The best beginning of the relationship is guaranteed if Aquarius sees their Cancer partner as a weird human being that needs to be examined. Okay, this explains a lot of things. This will allow them both enough space to get to know each other well, and this could influence other areas of their relationship. If this happens, Aquarius will approach those strange activities Cancer needs as if they weren't ordinary at all. What strange activities? I don't do anything weird. You're more the weirdo. You come up with some interesting things that I've never thought of. After all, like ziplining in San Juan.
Yeah, especially when I have a fear of heights.
Yeah, but you came up with that idea. That
Yeah.
wasn't my idea. I liked it, but it wasn't my idea.
I forget who it was that told me about that.
Kathy says, I've never known any gay men as well as I know you. You're hysterical. Thanks, I guess. If this happens, Aquarius will approach those strange activities Cancer needs as if they weren't ordinary at all. After all, not everyone can drink a morning coffee in total silence with their partner and enjoy the silence as much as these partners can. The unconventional nature of Aquarius interferes with Cancer's need to stay in a peaceful environment, and this is something they will find hardest to reconcile. That homey, cozy feeling Cancer needs can be deeply disturbed by the rebellious air sign of Aquarius. They will bring... And the line's cut off. Okay. In a relationship with Aquarius, they would take over the most everyday activities and responsibilities. In return, their children... Oh, we don't have any. When they do fall in love, they will not be so quick to end their relationship. Aquarius will approach it as a kind of challenge and understand the stability and love they get from this partner. Cancer will realize that they have never been this free to actually be themselves instead of being in a symbiotic relationship they are easily sucked into. Once they form a strong bond, it will be very hard for both of them to let it go. Yep, I'd say that's pretty true. It's been 36 years of that. Cancer values knowledge almost as much as Aquarius values information. This is a fine connection between the worlds, and if it's nurtured, it could be just enough for them to be set apart by other values they hold on to. Cancer does value stability, intimacy, and family, while Aquarius values their freedom, intellect, and new technology. There is a difference between the worlds that might seem impossible to overcome, but if they hold on to their love of distances and travel, or if they learn together, they could easily get over the fact that their values on other things differ so much. I don't think our values differ too much on things. They're pretty much the same. Shared activities. While Cancer will want to stay at home, go for a picnic in the park, or to a furniture store. No. Aquarius will look for the highest skyscraper. No, not you. Wish for a new laptop and read anything that falls into their hands. As long as it's a technical manual. The key activity that could truly connect them is travel. That's interesting. Although Cancer seems homey and unmovable, this is not exactly true. Due to the fact that it is a sign of Jupiter's exaltation, they... I don't know. Got cut off. Well, anyways, well, they're right about the
You're
travel.
not good with technology, are you?
It was the way it printed out. I didn't...
all right.
But it wasn't... I was able to print it out. I am good with technology. What are you saying? In summary, we could say that Cancer and Aquarius are not your usual happy couple in most cases. What? Their relationship can be too stressful for Cancer partner, and the lack of intimacy will most probably tear them apart. However, the link between them can actually be wonderful when found, and they could open up such interesting new perspectives for one another if this happens. They both want to learn new things, that's true, and could travel far if a strong base is made at home, so Cancer can remain peaceful. Yeah, well, we do like to travel. For this couple to move in a positive direction, Aquarius needs to understand how unusual their partner is and try to experiment on being homey while having fun. Whee! You're homely. Oh, homey, sorry. Cancer will have to take over the main set of responsibilities to hold on to the idea of their home as a base from which they can move whenever they want. In the end, Cancer might discover an unbelievable joy of freedom, and Aquarius might develop closeness. If these partners can be silent together, sipping on their morning coffee, this in most cases is the first step to success. Well, that was for your entertainment value. I don't think a lot of that stuff is really true about us. Kathy says, that was meant to be a compliment. I have never known any gay men as well as I know you're hysterical. I know you meant it as a compliment, Kathy. It's okay. Sorry if it came out like I was being emotionally unstable about it. Anita says, I'll have to look up my husband's and I see if we're compatible. Chris says, I'll have to watch the rest later, guys. My daughter's coming to pick me up and take me on a spa day. Ooh, lucky you, Chris. Have a good one. Coffee, the secret to success, says Anita. Yeah. Well, these are so general. I don't put a lot of faith in them. Some things are sort of true, but most of it, I think what the zodiac, of course you'd have to have your star chart done, figure out where Uranus is in alignment with. Uranus. No, it's Uranus. Whatever.
Your rectum.
Your rectum? I thought I only had to dance with him. Anyways, that was kind of an amusing thing. So, I don't know. I like reading those things every now and then because I get a kick out of them. But anyways, hope you got a kick out of them too. Due to the fact that we had nothing else to talk about today, and I thought about this at the last minute. So, what are we going to talk about next week? What do you guys want to talk about next week? And he says it was fun. Is there something, a topic or something you guys want to explore next week? This week was a little bit one-sided. Our side. Kind of a thing. I was thinking of us doing another art attack, but I'm trying to think what we could do. I can think of lots of things to do. What I have to think about is what he would do or want to do. Have dueling embroidery machines.
No, that would be boring.
Yeah, it would be. Because all you do is sit there and watch it. I don't know. We'll have to think. What do you think about... Oh, and he says, Harry and Meghan coming to Canada. Fine by me, as long as we don't have to pay anything for their security detail. And I just saw in the newspaper today or yesterday that they're supposedly dropping their titles of their Royal Highnesses because they want to be just common people. So I don't think they know how to be common people. They're not common. So I don't know. I have no problem with them coming to Canada and being part of Canadian life. Just don't expect us to foot the bill. I don't want to pay for their security and stuff like that. We pay enough in taxes now, and that money could be going someplace better than protecting a couple of
celebrities.
Yeah, celebrities, basically. And I think she wants to come. I think it's her that wants to come here because she's got a production company and she's going to base it out of Toronto, apparently. She wants to get back into the television business. I mean, after all, she is a TV star, celebrity. So
Charles is supposedly going to pay the way, supposedly.
Oh, well, that's fine by me. As I said, as long as it's not going to cost Canadian taxpayers any money, sure, come here and live here. Enjoy. Fine by me. I don't know, though, how are they going to... Like, this idea of them being like just like everybody else, that's never going to happen. They're not just like everybody else. I mean, Harry was born a prince. So, and they've branded their royal titles as well, the Sussexes, on all kinds of stuff. And I heard that they're worth something like $450 million or something like that. So because of this branding and everything else that they get. So really, if they want to be the average person, go out and get a job.
They're born with a silver spoon in their mouth.
Well, pretty much, Yeah, I wish them well too. But, I mean, royalty for us in Canada is, well, there are those that would disagree with this, but, the ones who are true monarchists. But really, the royalty has no effect on us in this country. We have the Queen because we're part of the British Empire, and We were a dominion and all that kind of stuff, but we are independent of Britain, have been for a long time. And even though we put her face on some of our money, the Queen, and we need royal assent on it's just a rubber stamp, and it's done by our Governor General as a representative of the Queen, which means nothing. The Queen could not come to this country and say, no, you can't pass that law. She has no power here whatsoever. She's just a traditional figurehead. And Anita says, yeah, she won't come to USA because of Trump. Yeah, well, I don't blame her for that, do we? But, whatever. I think this might be the start of the breakdown of the monarchy. I think after Elizabeth is long gone, and I think she pretty much knows this too. That's why she's not abdicating at all to Charles. She's going to do what Victoria did. She's going to kick off that throne, and then Charles is already pretty much an old man, and he won't be on the throne for that long, and then it's going to pass to William, and by then they're a much more modern vision of the monarchy. And I mean, how much power do they really have in the United Kingdom anymore either? So I don't know. I think they're on their way out. But I mean, I like the royal family. But I mean, if it's going to affect me, where when it comes to money or to lawmaking or stuff like that, then no, I don't like them. And they have no effect on lawmaking, as I already said. So, and they're not getting my money. Simple as that. They've got enough of their own. Yeah, it'll be William that'll take over, and that'll be a different world altogether when he does. But anyways, it's nice of them to think of us. And yeah, are they going to, if they're going to come here, do they really realize what it's like to live in Canada year round? Well, they'll have more money. They can go, if the weather gets cold here, they can go to other places. They can afford it. But anyways, okay, so that's our time this week. So I don't know what we'll do next week. We'll see. It'll be a surprise. As if it's not a surprise every week. But Walter's being cool and aloof right now. He's probably thinking. I knew I could smell something burning. But whatever. How are your ribs? I mean, the ones in the pot.
Should be okay.
Oh, okay. He's making ribs tonight for Din-Dins. Okay, so we'll talk to everybody next week. And glad you could join us.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. Tune into
Yeah.
my vlog tomorrow. Bye-bye,
Okay,
everybody.
bye-bye.
Have a good week.